What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Vinnie Langdon Show 17th anniversary special. Holy cow, 17 years I have been hosting a show. That is insane. That's really a long time. Thought I'd retire when I hit the age of 21, but that was a long time ago too. But anyways, thanks for joining me on this live stream. Originally, I had a show called The Vinnie Langdon Show. It did premiere in my hometown of Vacaville, California on a cable access station back on September 11th, 2004. However, I decided to do this little anniversary special to look back at some of my favorite memories and whatnot on September 10th tonight. And we're going to have a fun show. I, put a lot of effort into this, so I hope you guys really appreciate it and enjoy it as much as I had fun working on this. So I wanted to kind of just, look back at some of my favorite memories, some of my favorite moments, some awkwardness, some funniness, some craziness. My show, gosh, it's been quite the journey, my friends, and glad you guys are all here. Feel free to participate in the live chat. I'll be reading every single comment. So here's what's going to happen tonight. Like I said, I got some video clips I want to show you guys. Some of my favorite memories, some of my favorite interviews, some of the most awkward interviews, and kind of talk a little bit about them. And also, later on the show, if you stick around to the very end, I have a special guest who will be performing a live song for you. His name is Michael Graves. He was in a band called the Misfits from like 1993 to about 2001. And he has an acoustic exclusive song that he'd like to share with all of you. So if you wait till the very end, I know it's late for some of us East Coasters, but if you catch the replay later on, or you do end up staying up and having fun with all of us, that'd be great. To make this a little bit more interesting, I invited a friend of mine who hosts her own podcast called The Metal Experience, based around the Chicago, Illinois area, to kind of ask me some questions so we can, share some of these stories and fun moments from doing my show for 17 years, which, I have a lot of stories to share, and some of them never been shared before, so maybe I'll slip out a few of them tonight. So, hope you guys enjoy this, and let's jump right into it. We have my friend Morgan out in Illinois, and Morgan, go ahead, take it away.
Hi everyone, like Vinnie said, my name is Morgan Daniell. I am from Chicago, Illinois, and I am one of the hosts of the Metal Experience podcast, where we get to interview bands from all over the world, and I have been doing that since 2011. Today I'm going to be able to ask Vinnie some questions about his show. And to start things off, Vinnie, how about you tell us how you got your own TV show?
In the beginning, as the Bible says too, right? In the beginning, I was 14 years old. I knew I wanted to be an actor of some kind. I wanted to either be on like comedy sketch shows or be on like a TV comedy series. And I just didn't know the path, how to get there. Obviously with the acting world, when I teach acting classes, I tell everyone it's like a figure eight loop. You can't get an acting job unless you have experience. You can't have experience unless you have done acting work. You can't get an agent or a manager or a publicist unless you have done experience, and it's just kind of like, well, you can't do that unless you have the so where do you begin, right? And my journey started a little bit different compared to most actors. Obviously, yes, I was taking acting classes. I went to community college. And at the age of 13, actually, they knew that I had this drive and passion, and they said, hey, you could you should wait till after high school, but, you really want to be an actor. You don't want to do anything else with your life. So, sure, you could join the acting program here at the community college. And so I was taking acting classes. I was in 8th grade at the time. I was homeschooled. I was kind of honestly bummed out because all my friends were still in public school and I would never see them. And I needed some kind of social outlet. It was, my friends are in school till 3 o'clock in the afternoon, then they'll go play baseball, they eat dinner, then they got to get ready for bed and go to school the next day, and I never saw any of my friends. So it was kind of It was tough being, a 13-year-old at the time. But I thought, well, how can I get out there and meet people and also explore this whole, this acting thing I wanted to do? That's when I seen an advertisement on a local public access TV station in my hometown that said, get your own show. And I said, well, what's that about? So, for those who do not know, public access is in a lot of towns. Unfortunately, a lot of the public accesses in the country are, not being, fully funded and whatnot. So they're kind of being, they're disappearing really quickly. And they have been for the last 20 years or so. But in my hometown, I was fortunate to have a cable access station, just like Wayne's World. Wayne's World, party time, excellent. um, so they said, get your own show. And I showed up one day and I said, hey, I want my own show. How do I do it? And they said, well, you take a production video course. You take several of them. You take one in, how to write scripts and how to direct and how to, do lighting and how to do sound and how to do cinematography and how to interview people. And I was like, sign me up. Let's do this. So going to community college, doing school, and another extra activity was every weekday, every once a week basically, I would attend a different class for the TV station. And they said, well, here's a bunch of video equipment just collecting dust. If you take it and you go film something, whatever you end up filming, the agreement is just to put it on. Whatever you film, you got to put it on air. So I was like, okay, so obviously it's got to be good, right? It can't be stupid. So I went out, started interviewing, the mayor, the city council, the police chief. I went to the state capitol and said, I'll interview the state senator one day. And then I realized I do not want to do a show about politics because, growing up, you always hear don't talk politics or religion at the dinner table, right? So why would I, Vinnie Langdon, do that on TV? That I didn't want any part of that. So I decided, hey, you know what? Let me go and find something else. I love doing acting, and I thought, well, let me play around and do some comedy sketches with my friends. However, none of them wanted to be actors as much as I did. They were like, I don't want to do that. It's too much work, or I don't want to look stupid on TV. Didn't blame them. No hard feelings. So I said, okay, well, let me try interviewing rock bands or cover bands or just musicians at a coffee shop one day. And then 17 years later, here I am.
Wow, 17 years? That's such a long time to be doing what you love and what you're passionate about. Wow. So can you tell us how you came up with the title of the show?
Well, like I told you, I was attending community college, and once I knew that the Vinnie Langdon show was going to be a show, it didn't have the title at first. It was just, I'm going to do a TV show. I went to the class one day and I was like talking to some of the classmates and I go, hey, I'm thinking about doing a TV show. If I were to have a TV show, what do you think it would be called? And they were like, oh, and at the time, like, Jay Leno was huge, right? It was like the Jay Leno show or Tonight Show with Jay Leno or whatever. And I was like, that kind of sounds kind of, I don't know, different. Okay, the Vinnie Langdon show. And I was like, like, whatever. Another idea I had was Vinnie's Experience. And when I would go around and go places to do interviews, it'd be like, hey, today on Vinnie's Experience, I am experiencing this. Yeah, it sounded dumb too. So I decided, no, I'm not going to do Vinnie's Experience. And the Vinnie Langdon show was like, okay, sure, whatever, it might work. But it didn't really click until I had an interview with an actress set up named Lelaine, and she was from the Disney Channel show Lizzie McGuire. And I will admit I had like a massive crush on her at the time. I was like, oh, she's so beautiful, she's cute, da 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 da. And she was singing the national anthem at a NASCAR event, and I remember showing up. I had like 15 questions ready to go, like about the TV show, what is it like to be a Disney Channel star, and this and that. And I seen her, and I was like, I just like blanked out. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it's her, and wow, like I can't believe I'm standing in front of her. And I immediately just blanked out and had all my questions. I could have had a piece of paper printed out with the questions, but I was like, no, I want to be professional, but I wasn't professional at all because I totally forgot all my questions. So I remember going backstage at this NASCAR event, basically realistically behind a stage, nothing special back there. And Lillian's like, "Hey, nice to meet you," and I pointed my little camcorder at her, and she said,
I'm Elaine from Lizzie McGuire. I'm here in Sonoma County at NASCAR, and I love Vinnie Langdon show.
I just said, "Could you do an intro for my show?" She said, "Well, what's the name of your show?" And I'm like, I don't know. I really said that. And yeah, that was just embarrassing. But when I got home and played it back, and she's like, I love Vinnie Langdon Show. And I'm like, Vinnie Langdon Show. Hey, there it is, the Vinnie Langdon Show. And so if you guys ever see a rerun of Lizzie McGuire, or you ever see Lillian ever act in a movie again or whatever, you can thank her for being basically one of the reasons why my show was named the Vinnie Langdon Show.
You've gotten to work with and interview well over 1,000 musicians within your career. I know that I would be pretty nervous about meeting half of the people that you've gotten to meet. So is there anybody in particular that you can remember being nervous about interviewing?
Yeah, there were two artists that come to mind. The first one being a band that, well, let me take it back just real quick. I was a huge WWE wrestling fan growing up, and I still am. Like, during the pandemic, I kind of got back into watching it again, like, religiously. Like, I'm going to watch it every week and watch these storylines build and watch some of these, fake matches and be entertained. But back in the late 90s, early 2000s, there were a tag team wrestlers called the Dudley Boys. And with WWE, which makes it really cool, is when the wrestlers come out, they would come out to theme music, they call it. And there was a song called Bombshell from a band called Power Man 5000. And, the song was just like energetic, it would get the crowd going. It was kind of like sci-fi, but it was like also, it was just rock and roll. And I was like, dude, this song's awesome. I like this band. I want to listen to more of their music. I find out the singer's brother is Rob Zombie, and it was just one of those songs from your childhood that you just remember and you'll never forget. And 2005, so like almost a year into doing my show, I remember getting an email from Power Man 5000's management saying they would like to be a guest on my show. They're coming to Sacramento. I could go interview the singer if I wanted to, if I was interested. And I was just like, wow, that would be awesome. And they're saying, well, they have a busy week. They're doing an interview with MTV, and, can they do an interview on your show? Are you available? And I was like, yeah, sign me up. So I remember getting to the venue and just seeing Spider in this like denim jacket. He just looked like a badass, and it was just like, holy crap, it's Power Man 5000. I think I remember walking into the door of this bar where they were performing that night. And I walked in, and he was sitting at a bar stool, and I was like, holy crap. And I walked back out, and I remember I was with my mom, and I'm like, that's Spider. He's sitting right there. And my mom's like, okay, go in. And I was like, holy crap. But that was one artist. And what was cool about Power Man 5000 too was not only were they like my favorite band throughout high school, like I listened to them every day, like all the time, but down the road, I ended up doing a few other projects for Power Man 5000. I ended up doing a commercial, and they performed on my show, and did a few interviews over the years with them. So that was always like, wow, this is really, like a dream come true. It's pretty cool. The other band too that I was a big fan of around throughout middle school and high school was the band called The Used. And I tried to get The Used on my show a few times. I was like, hey, can I interview them? They'd be like, no. Hey, can I interview the... No. And eventually, out at Warped Tour in 2012, I wasn't expecting it at all, but someone came up to me and was like, hey, you're going to be doing an interview with The Used today, and, it's going to be at, X time. And I was like, oh, shoot, like, I'm not prepared for this at all, like, I'm a fan of their music, so I knew that they just came out with new music, so I was like, oh, I can go off of that. But other than that, I was like, oh my God, why didn't I put more thought into this? But yeah, so that was really kind of nerve-wracking, and that was probably the only other time I was like realistically like, and plus what made it harder too, I will say this, is that when I was interviewing Bert from The Used, what people don't realize is that there were probably like 10 other journalists that were going to interview him after me, and they told me, you're going first, you're interviewing him. And I was like, crap, these people are going to be listening to every single word I say, every question, I better not screw up, So I had that pressure too.
Awesome. Well, let's take a short break and let's watch a clip here of bands trying to interview Vinnie.
Guy, I thought this interview was about me. It's like he's just talking about himself the whole time.
Can we just flip this? Can I interview you?
Yes, interview.
Okay, I want to know. Favorite TV show?
Favorite TV show?
Friends. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, favorite movie? Harry Potter. That's amazing. Mine too.
Hell no.
Okay.
Oh, hell no.
I love it. My name is Modside. I just want to say thank you for having me.
Hey, this is Jeff from Q's All We Aim For, and this is the Vinnie Langdon Show. So, I guess I'm supposed to ask you, what is your favorite Q's All We Aim For song?
Tough decision, man. Curse of the Curve.
Curse of the Curve is a good song. We actually wrote that in the studio, so.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How fun.
Very fun. I'm pretty bad at interviewing, but what other question can I ask?
Can I take your job and want to trade?
You want to trade?
Yeah, you can do this. And I'll do this.
Okay, ready?
Hello.
1, 2, 3.
Wow! Yeah, there we go.
That's it. Does work, right?
Majored in girls and bong hits.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Yeah.
So the weather right now, people have been complaining. As you can see, it's overcast. But people complaining that it was hot today. And me being from Florida, this isn't hot. There's the humidity.
This is like sexy weather, right?
Yeah, this is nothing. So
Porn star weather.
How did
for
you feel today about this?
I felt great. Till the Less Than Jake set came on, then it got a little bit warmer.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like piss warm.
It was.
And then it was like arid warm.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was kind of like after you guys played, then it was like, oh,
yeah,
now it's cold again.
Piss warm like airplane coffee. Speaking of airlines, what's your favorite airline? Do you fly exclusively one airline? We fly Delta. I fly Delta exclusively because I kept climbing up the ladder. Now I have status. I get upgrades and stuff. Do you fly much?
No, I don't.
No, yeah, you get to go in the Delta Lounge. I got stale popcorn, really shitty coffee.
Really?
Yeah, and a bunch of uptight, hoity-toity guys in suits and ties.
I was that kid that was always allergic to peanuts, and then
So am I. We have something in common.
I know.
All peanuts.
See, knew
All
we were
peanuts.
BFFs for a reason.
Yep.
So, hey, I want to talk to you, Chris.
No, I'm talking to you. So, now.
Those clips were awesome. So I heard a rumor, and I want you to clear the air here, that you turned down a famous pop singer once, before she was famous. But can you tell viewers what that was? I have a feeling I knew who it is.
Oh yeah, so there was an artist that approached me backstage at a music festival, and she was like really nice and outgoing, and she said she knew me, and she goes, "Hey Vinnie, I want to be on your show. Can I be interviewed?" And I was like, I don't know who you are, and not to be rude or anything, but I have a list of like 10 bands I have to interview, and I have to interview them at, certain time frames because I already got these interviews, pre-set up with record labels, their management, and the band themselves, and I kind of had to stick on a schedule because if I, threw in a band here, then my whole schedule would be all off. So this girl was just kind of like, "Hey, can I be on your show?" And I was like, "Oh, well, what do you do?" "Oh, I sing." "Oh, okay, cool. Well, good luck with everything. And, I'm not going to promise you anything. But if I have time or a band cancels, then, maybe I can fit you in." And she was just like, oh, kind of like disappointed, And I was like, oh, I hate saying no to anybody for anything. So I was like, oh, I kind of feel bad, but I mean, honestly, I don't know who she is, and if I were to do an interview with her, it would probably be really like, hey, what do you do? Oh, you sing? Oh, okay. Like, it wouldn't be as good as a prepared interview. So I turned her down, and a couple days later, I hear on the radio a song called I Kissed a Girl, and I'm like, that is a funny song. Who sings this? And I pull out my phone and I type in who sings I Kissed a Girl. Ends up being a singer named Katy Perry, and by the end of that summer, Katy Perry was a household name. So, yeah, that's my connection with Katy Perry.
I know I'm not.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Santa, but as for me and Vinnie Langdon, we believe.
Everybody's got their problem. Everybody says the same thing to you. It's just a matter how you solve them. You know it kind of change the things you've been through. I feel I've come to realize how fast life can be compromised. I'll step back to see what's going on. I can't believe it's happened to you. Whoa! And all those boy bands. I don't know. Roll rest up and ready to go. Falling in a straight line. Going through a tight line. Kids are losing their minds. Let's quick walk.
What's up, y'all? This is the infamous, ridiculous Jacoby from Papa Roach, and I am on the Vinnie Langdon Show.
Against my own advice, I saw you going down, but you never realized that you're drowning in the water. So I offered you my hand. Compassion's in my nature. Tonight is our last stand.
Your show was aired on 4 TV stations in California, and by 2012, you were relocated to New York City. Can you tell us how that all happened?
Around 2011, 2012, I remember I did a phone interview with this actor named Vinnie. I had watched a documentary on the Independent Film Channel that year, and I learned to find out that he was an actor. He appeared on a couple episodes of The Sopranos. He was in the movie Casino, and he was in all these like gangster movies. And I said, you know what, this guy seems pretty cool. I think I want to do an interview with him. Obviously, I was in California at the time. He's in New York. And I said, you know, I got to ask you, now that you've had this impressive resume of doing all these gangster movies, what do you do now? And he says in his raspy voice, I'll never forget it, he goes, well, Vinnie, I'm doing what you're doing. I'm doing a public access show. And I was like, wait. Let me get this straight. So you've done all these big movies. You've worked with Robert De Niro. You worked with Cameron Diaz. You worked with all these big movie stars. And I'm trying to get to like your level, and yet now you've done all that and you're doing what I'm doing is like, this small local show that, only your friends and family tune into, basically. And we started, having conversations, and we kind of built this connection where he said, oh, it would be really cool if my show was on TV in California like yours. And I was like, well, it would be really awesome if my show was in New York City, city of dreams, and, the big lights, and the city that never sleeps, So we made this deal, and he said, well, I'll tell you what, kid, I'll send you my show. You put it on TV in California, and if you send me your show and I like it, then I can help you get it on TV in New York. So this was 2012, in the fall time. My show began airing in New York City. Shortly after, because of that, I had met another connection, and he got my show on TV in Staten Island. So that was really cool. So here I am airing on, I think, 4 or 5 stations in California: Vallejo, Sacramento, Vacaville, Fairfield, so 4, and then 5, 6, New York and Staten Island. So my show's on like 6, TV stations. That's pretty crazy. So that's how the whole New York thing happened.
So before we go ahead and watch another clip, I just want to know if somebody found something that they liked during tonight's show and they want to go see it again in its entirety, can they find that on YouTube?
Absolutely, Morgan. If people are wanting to see more video clips of my show, they can just, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, the one that they're watching this on right now. They can go into YouTube search engine, type in my name, Vinnie Langdon, or The Vinnie Langdon Show. And what I recommend too is, if they're curious, like, Vinnie, did you interview Sleeping with Sirens or Paramore or Papa Roach? And they want to see that specific clip or like in its entirety, they can just type in my name followed with the band name. And that's usually the best way that I suggest people try it out.
Before we get to our very special guest performance tonight, how about we take a few more minutes to watch some memorable moments from your show?
We talked really fast.
Yeah, we did. It was like...
Okay, yes.
Speed typing on a computer.
I remember this, yes. I actually saw that video clip.
Yeah.
And I kind of got overwhelmed, the speed of communication, the amount of information, the rate. It was just...
People were commenting, did you speed it up when you edited it? I was like, no.
Really? Yeah, it was a little overwhelming. We could try to do that again, but...
no, slower, yeah.
Maybe pull it down a notch. It was my fault, too.
Yeah, it's all good.
with string quartets for the past 5 years, been playing with other bands, producing other musicians. What I basically wanted to do was everything that I couldn't do when I was on tour full-time. So we toured full-time 2001, 2005. I was playing hundreds of shows a year. And then we wanted to move on. I want to say, what else can I do? What other experience we can have? And like you mentioned, TV was another experience we could do. And TV is a great different stage because you got the screen there, right? You don't have a stage. You have an actual screen. It's a non-physical kind of event. You can't reach out and touch the person, but you can knock on the glass screen. You can see their body on the air. And the TV has been great.
Hey, this is Vinnie Langdon here at the Stand and Be Counted concert. I hope you guys had a great time watching this show. It's hot out. I'm gonna go jump in a swamp. It's hot. I hope you guys have a great time to start off your summer.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? How you doing? Did you enjoy the show?
Oh, hell yeah. I see you all the time on my TV all the time.
Oh, yeah?
The Vicky Lang show?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
I'm always stuck inside the TV. I finally got out to go to the Stand and Be Counted concert.
Right on. I see it all the time.
Yeah? Right on. What's your name?
Mike Cooper.
Hey, nice to meet you.
All right.
You have a great time.
You do.
All right. Well, hey. See you later. Well, you know what's fun about the Vinnie Langdon show? Is that we play music videos. MTV doesn't play them, but the Vinnie Langdon show does. And you guys got a buttload of videos.
Shit. Exactly. Our new one, how awesome's our new one, by the way?
It is?
Have you not seen it? The death of me?
Yes,
it has
amazing.
It's tits in vending machines. I mean, you can't really get better than that. It's like, oh sweet, there's a vending machine.
Yeah,
there's a hot
it's like, okay, we're playing in it. Bonus. And there's four sets of tits. 4 nice, massive tits.
Like a good they're not all massive, I'll admit. Some of them are small. However, they are particularly good looking.
No better place, you know, we might bust out a pigskin, toss that around in the backyard. We might bust out a basketball hoop.
We might barbecue, we might throw back some Frosty Brews.
Yeah.
And in the end, we're all winners.
That's cool. Ate some donuts?
That's not really a summer thing to do.
No, it's not. Tricked you there.
Yeah, for a second I was like, yeah.
They sent us a treatment. We're like, all right, cool, this is tight. We get there and we did the first thing they had talked about. So we're like, all right, cool, we're on track. Like, all right, we're gonna go to this hotel. And I was like, all right, whatever. Let's meet at the hotel. And there's these 2 girls that are like pretty much naked. And he's like, yo, you need to get in your boxers, and they're gonna like bounce on you. And I was like, what, dude?
Like,
we haven't worked this is never.
David's a bounce house now? What?
This was.
Love you guys. Thank you for watching the Vinnie Langdon show. Met you when you were 14, right?
I don't know, a long time ago.
Long time ago. So thanks for watching the show. Thank you for, obviously checking my band out, and hopefully I see you out on the road sometime in the future.
Who knew that Godsmack would be on the Vinnie Langdon show? Today is the day, man.
Yeah, baby.
So your wife, does she enjoy cutting your toenails?
I'm not married.
You're not married? Well, hey everybody that's watching this in Jersey, New York, and California, what's your number? 1-800-199?
No, I've got too many kids already. I'm not about to take care of them. I mean, I'll make some new ones, but I'm not paying child support.
They swerved and missed the wreck. Clip the car. The car turns in front of me. I'm going 60, I'm in the middle lane. Windows shatter. I'm freaking out. Guys, wake up, we're gonna die! It's bad news. Escalade, flies, wheel flies off, hits the center divider. Angels must have been looking out for us because I don't know how we made it here alive. It was scary. But I think it was Vinnie's charm that kept us alive. So give it up for Vinnie, everybody. Good night.
But a lot of bands always ask me what they should be doing, what they should be focusing on. And I always tell them just do, just the thing you should worry about is just being the best band you can be, and don't chase some kind of record deal, don't chase success or fame, and just do what you do, and those things will hopefully find you.
You have the biggest fan club out here.
I've got the biggest fan club out here.
And you're not even from here.
I'm not even well, I'm here a lot. That's the thing,
Yeah.
I'm here. The other band we used to be in, that I don't need to say the name of, played here for many, many years, about six years in a row.
What up? This is Chris Taylor Brown from Trapped, and I'm coming up next on the Vinnie Langdon Show.
Hi, this is Pathetic, and you're watching the one, the only, the most happening show in the world, the Vinnie Langdon Show.
I'm sure the goats will appreciate it.
There's camels, and I think there's a zebra on the ranch as well, and so yeah, the animals are gonna love us.
But that's mine in the back there. I usually crawl through the back door to get out and in. I've gotten pretty good at that. And we usually have Jim right here, Jeremy, and a new guy on guitar. You'll see him tonight. His name is Brandon.
Hey, we're Echo Smith, and we're on the Vinnie Langdon Show.
Sure. Hi, I'm Shane, and I sing for Silverstein.
You do?
I do!
Oh my God, I'm starstruck. No, just kidding. Sorry, didn't get your hopes up.
You go to Walmart, you see the Misfits logo, you go to Hot Topic, you see kids getting the patches, and and along with Green Day and all these other iconic bands, and do you think Michael Graves, 50 years after you're long gone, you think Misfits are still going to be a conversation people will be even having in this little cafe here?
I do. I think so.
First on the Vinnie Langdon show.
Yes, true.
Right.
First of many, right? We'll be back on the show.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
we'll see how this goes.
Oh, okay.
Vinnie might not want us back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you're looking good. Facial hair and everything. Aw, yeah.
So sweet. Bert, can't wait to see you tonight.
Thanks for your time,
Rockin'.
man.
It's good to see you right here on the Vinnie Langdon Show. We'll see you guys next time. That's right. Simple plan, man. When you guys were rocking back in the day, I was like, I'm going to have a TV show one day, and they're going to be on it, and then I'll retire. And then, hey, here's the day.
I guess this is your last show then. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, people.
What's up? What's up, y'all? You got Dennis Lee from Alesana here. Just getting ready for a sound check out here in our 10-year anniversary tour of The Emptiness, but we're checking in for 17 years of Vinnie Langdon doing this show. We met Vinnie back in 2007 backstage on Warped Tour, and he's been a good friend for a long time. I love seeing people in the music industry that are actually passionate about music. So, I love you, Vinnie. Everybody, stay tuned with him, man. He's one of the real ones. All right, y'all. Dennis Lee, Alesana, out.
What up? I'm Disashi Soul from Gym Class Heroes. Vinnie, I remember when you interviewed me on Warped Tour in 2008. That tour was so much fun, and there were so many good bands on there. But today, I want to congratulate you on 17 years of your show. That's amazing. So obviously you're doing something right. Here's to 17 more incredible years. Much love. Keep having fun. Peace.
Vinnie, what is up, brother? It's Zummo here from Sum 41 Street Drum Corps. Just wishing you happy 17 years, bro. You did it. Nice one, dude. We met on the Warped Tour probably 17 years ago, man. And you're crushing it, and congrats on this milestone, and see you out there, bro.
Thank you guys for all the comments, and totally appreciate it. Thanks for all the likes also, and all the subscribers, everyone supporting me for over the years. I can't tell you what I'm doing next because I don't even know what I'm doing next. I still am trying to figure that out. And now let's go ahead and the moment I've been waiting for, and my gift for all of you guys for supporting and tuning in to my show over the years. I'm going to go ahead and turn it now over to Michael Graves. He's going to be performing a song exclusively here on the live stream for all of you guys. And thanks so much for tuning in. I'll be hanging out a little bit after this performance if you guys want to stay and chat for a little bit until the comments stop. Then that's when I'll stop the live stream. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, and here we go. What's up, Michael?
Hello, Vinnie Langdon. Thank you for having me return here on your show. Congratulations on 17 years of producing the Vinnie Langdon Show. You've had on hundreds of artists and musicians here to talk about their life, their art, their music. So we all thank you, and I thank you. And I'm sitting here getting ready for my tour that starts in the next couple of weeks. For any of your fans that want to check out what I'm doing, go over to officialmichaelgraves officialmichaelgraves.com, officialmichaelgraves.com. I want to play for you a song. I usually don't play this song. It's called The Beginning of the End. Some sort of ghost town, I need to get down. They might still be after me. Caught in a conspiracy. Front news headlines. Organic codes that are out of control. That I'm about to kill everyone. So they fortify the city where they feel the monsters just might come. Need to report before your eyes roll back. Caught in a conspiracy. Front news headlines. Gigantic hordes that are out of control. Dynamite about to kill everyone. So they fortify the city where the field monsters just might come.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Vinnie Langdon Show 17th anniversary, live from New York. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe. You know what to do. I'll see you guys soon.